Celebrities who quit acting for normal jobs. Acting is a job that requires a lot of hard work and effort. The amount of work actors and actresses put into their job is unlimited. You may think it's an easy thing to do, but it's definitely not. And of course, with acting comes fame, and sometimes this fame doesn't suit all people, although many people will kill for this kind of fame. So that's why we gathered for you some previous actors that didn't like the spotlight and went back to their normal lives with normal jobs. Number 1. Jack Gleeson. Most of you probably recognize Jack Gleeson as the most hated character in history of Game of Thrones, King Joffrey. He began his acting career at the age of 8. After his character was killed in the show, Gleeson decided to quit acting and focus on his education. He was 21 years old. Resources say that he always talked about leaving the acting life, and that's something he doesn't want to do long term, and it was just a hobby. He went back to complete his studies in philosophy and theology. It is told that he now works for a small theater company. Number 2. Gene Hackman. Hackman was a legend from Hollywood. He's created several iconic characters over the years. In 2004, he announced in an interview that his acting career was over. When he was asked if he might reconsider doing one more film in the future, he said he might consider it if I could do it in my own house, maybe without them disturbing anything and just 1 or 2 people, he joked. After his retirement, Hackman began a career as a novelist, and he seems to be as good at that as he was at acting. He has published 5 novels, and all of them have been reasonably well received, and it doesn't seem like he misses the spotlight all that much. Number 3. Freddie Prinze Jr. Other than being occasionally a voiceover artist, Freddie Prinze Jr. is also a publisher of cookbooks. Yes, cookbooks. It's probably a passion of his sharing with people he has to offer in cooking. Although he is not so famous anymore like he was before, he seems to be living a remarkable, happy life. Freddie got famous by taking roles in I Know What You Did Last Summer and She's All That. However, the previous actor is a huge WWE fan, which made him go for a job there as a member of the creative staff to contribute to weekly television and pay-per-view programming. But after 1 year, he quit. Then, he returned after being a director and producer to the company. Number 4. Karen Parsons. For many, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air had a big impact on how they see the world, and it also made Will Smith a pretty known actor. For Karen Parsons, who played Hilary Banks on the show, it was a good idea ending her career just there. After 6 seasons, it is not a surprise knowing after putting all her efforts and time in the show, she wanted to quit. Thankfully, Karen did much more than spending all of her money. She founded Sweet Blackberry, a nonprofit that's focused on teaching children about Black history. She found a way to make an impact on her community. In our opinion, there's nothing more important than that. We need more people to do the same. We really hope to start seeing some changes. Number 5. Amanda Bynes. Almost everyone has heard something about Amanda Bynes. We all watched her on Nickelodeon, growing up in the Amanda Show and all that. After starring in many successful movies such as What a Girl Wants, She's the Man, Hairspray, Sydney White, and Easy A, Amanda decided to take a break from acting. She's focusing now on her career as being a fashion designer. This work probably gives her a chance to spend more time focusing on herself. Although she didn't refuse the idea of going back to acting. Who knows? We probably might see her sometime soon. Number 6. Angus T. Jones. In 2003, Jones was cast in the sitcom 2.5 Men as Jake Harper, the half-man of the title, a 10-year-old living with his divorced father and hedonistic uncle. The show was the most popular sitcom in the United States for most of its run, with an average audience of around 15 million people. In 2014, Angus officially announced his departure from the show, stating he had been a paid hypocrite. After that, he quit Hollywood and acting altogether. Today, he's working on the management side of a company called Tonight. The company is run by Diddy's son Justin and works in production. Number 7. Kevin Jonas. The Jonas Brothers were known for their show on Disney Channel. They were known for their band and became very popular. Kevin's brothers stayed in the music business, while Kevin decided to take a different path from them. After getting married to Danielle Jonas and starring in a short-lived reality show, Married to Jonas, Kevin has turned to the world of app developing to keep up the cash flow. He started an app called You'd, which finds the highest-rated restaurants and food establishments in your area. Now, not long ago, we all heard about the brothers' reunion again and listened to what they had in store. We surely hope all of the best for them. Number 8. Frankie Muniz. We certainly know Frankie from the show Malcolm in the Middle. He's definitely our favorite middle child. The show nominated him for an Emmy Award and 2 Golden Globe ones. He was considered as one of the most popular child actors, and in 2003, he was considered one of Hollywood's most bankable teens. It was a shock for us to know that he wanted to quit acting. In 2008, he decided to take a whole different path when he decided to become a race car driver, and a pretty good one too. Frankie had said he would never go back to acting for a Malcolm in the Middle reboot. That means he doesn't have any problem in going back to acting. Number 9. Chris Owen. If you've watched American Pie movies, then you definitely know who the Shermanator is. Owen began acting as early as the age of 10, with his first record film credit in Le Peloton d'Exécution. Unfortunately, Chris didn't continue with the acting career. Nowadays, he's serving up sushi at Sushi Roku in Santa Monica. He claims that sometimes your plans don't always work out, and waiting tables is what he needs to do to pay the bills. Number 10. Taylor Momsen. You probably recognize Momsen, who played a role in Gossip Girl. In 2011, Momsen told Elle magazine that she had to quit acting to focus on her punk rock career with her band, The Pretty Reckless. 9 years later, in 2020, The Pretty Reckless are still rocking on and preparing for the release of their 4th album. True to her word, Taylor has not returned to acting in any capacity. Number 11. Mara Wilson. Wilson became interested in acting after watching her older brother Danny appear in television commercials. Initially, Wilson's parents were disinclined, but eventually agreed to let her into acting. After appearing in several commercials for business companies, Wilson was invited to audition for the 1993 comedy film Mrs. Doubtfire, which of course got the role, and then took a role in Miracle on 34th Street. After a few years, Wilson decided to quit acting and focus on her writing career. Mara also dabbles in voice acting, recurring roles on BoJack Horseman and Big Hero 6, the series. Number 12. Nikki Blonsky. Nikki was an American actress who is best known for her role as Tracy Turnblad in the 2007 film Hairspray, which earned her several awards and nominations, including a nomination for a Golden Globe Award. She is also known for her starring role in the ABC Family series Huge. Blonsky began acting in 2007 that led her first to Hairspray, and in several other movies and series. Later, she quit acting behind and worked at a shoe store in New York City. She later decided to pursue a career as a cosmetologist and was hired at a hair salon. Number 13. Michael Schoeffling. Schoeffling came to an international prominence at the age of 23 for his role as Jake Ryan, the popular yet sensitive high school athlete on whom Molly Ringwald's character has a crush in the teen film 16 Candles. He appeared in 8 additional films after 16 Candles, including roles in Vision Quest and Mermaids, and a starring role in the 1986 action film Let's Get Harry and 1991's Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken. Shortly after his turn as Molly Ringwald's love interest, Schoeffling quit acting altogether, citing his need to support his 2 kids. he largely disappeared from the public eye, but opened up his own woodworking shop in rural Pennsylvania in the 90s.